Hello, Southeast Florida, my neighbors, and a shout out to all my subscribers that live in different regions. The 2026 hurricane season has begun. Today I will reveal what needs to be done. This video will cover just a couple bullet points. I'm going to provide you with my mission and most importantly, why I created this channel. Then I need to answer a question I have got probably 100 times in the last month. I will address that. And in closing, I'm going to drop a bomb of information that has me very concerned regarding hurricanes moving forward. To understand the mission, you must hear my journey. I'm going to go back to the beginning. A lot of you may have already heard this. I know everyone that has subscribed to this channel needs to hear the story and the whole reason behind why you even see my face right now. I knew at an early age I was interested in hurricanes when in third grade I did a book report on hurricanes and tornadoes. Always had a strong interest in weather and storms specifically. Growing up in New Jersey, you don't get tornadoes or hurricanes very often. I ended up moving to Florida in 1991. Not for hurricanes, for the weather. 1991 started this journey. 1992, I get my first hurricane. It was Hurricane Andrew. Most people breathing today know what that storm inflicted and how it changed the way every hurricane prone region looks at hurricanes. So that got me going with extreme interest. I went down to South Dade County and saw the damage with my own eyes. It was just heartbreaking and unforgettable. So from there, I started to understand the agenda of the media and how they cover hurricanes. I realized quickly that they're not going to tell me when a hurricane gets close where it's going to go, what it's going to do. I don't know how to protect my home and family if I don't know exactly what is coming. This interest started out as a hobby, just by buying a tracking map with markers like a 12-year-old would to start a hobby. The learning just grew and grew and grew. I needed about 10 years to track to learn enough to where I did not need to put the TV on to follow where the hurricane was. I was strong enough to track it and know if it was going to hit me, come close. I had learned enough to at least turn the TV off. 8 years later, roughly, is when I knew I reached the mountain. When you're tracking a storm like Hurricane Matthew back in 2016, it really became clear when a few million people fled the storm, which I understand. When you don't know what's coming, better safe than sorry. I tracked that storm and did not leave because I knew I had time. This knowledge needs to get unleashed. Most of you were not with me last year or even back in 2024, which was the first season this channel was ready to start tracking storms. This video today is more like an introduction. I track storms, not chase. Oh, you chase storms. No, I don't chase storms. That's dangerous and I don't recommend it. I track them. And I understand why people don't understand at first what I do. No one tracks storms the way I do. You will see evidence moving forward. You will see evidence on the channel already. What made me create this channel? Tracking storms by myself, just protecting my home and property and friends with this information that the whole region is starving to get. So I started to feel bad watching my neighbors come out of these stores with their supplies for a storm that is no longer even a threat. Year after year, storm after storm. So years ago was when I realized I need to step in. I need to help my neighbors. My information cannot be a secret. It was never supposed to be a secret. I need a platform. I need somewhere for people to follow me and get the information they need so they can protect their own home and family. That's the mission. How I track storms will be better understood when you watch me track just the next storm, or if you go on my channel and watch the 4 storms I already tracked back in 2024. This channel is all about you. I don't need to know where the storm's going and what to do. You do, and that's why I am here. I had to come out and do this. I have gotten signs from the heavens when I was debating on whether or not I was even going to attempt doing this and putting all the work in and creating a YouTube channel and hoping people supported it for it to grow to get big enough for me to warrant my time creating content. Less than 3 years ago, I created this channel. You have all responded and told me, yes, you want to know where these storms are going. Yes, you want to know if they're going to be dangerous and are you able to ride out the storm. And it's about you guys, okay? It's not about me. I'm not going to talk about this story, my journey, my story anymore. This is a video that can be watched by anyone in the future, and I will direct people to this video if they want to hear my story. But moving forward, it's all about you guys. It's all about reporting on every hurricane that forms and telling you what's going on. That's what it's all about. Not about me. It's about you. I want to pivot and address a question that I've been asked, it seems like 100 times in the last couple of months as we approach hurricane season, and I was still promoting, getting new subscribers. People kept asking me the same question. What is your prediction as to what's going to happen this hurricane season? Before I answer this question, we need to look at what the National Hurricane Center is predicting to happen this year. They love making predictions. Preseason, they love making predictions about a storm that's tracking towards the U.S. mainland, which I will always expose them when they make their predictions and they're wrong. What they do every spring is they get obsessed with trying to predict how many storms will form. Keep in mind, their projections are steered by whether or not we're going to have an El Nino season or La Nina hurricane season. When you have an El Nino hurricane season, which is being predicted for this year, El Nino conditions can, keyword, can suppress the formation of hurricanes, while La Nina has the opposite effect, hence can allow more storms to form. This year is forecasted to be an El Nino year. Let's now look at how many storms are being predicted. Again, remember, El Nino year will provoke a lower projection. Take a look. Their preseason predictions are only 8 to 14 storms. That's a very slow season. If El Nino was not in play, this prediction would be closer to 20. Let's see how many storms formed in the last 3 hurricane seasons. Now, I'm referencing the last 3 hurricane seasons because that aligns with the birth of my channel. I created the channel in August of 2023. That gave me most of the hurricane season in 2023. I was obviously building a channel and was hoping there wasn't many storms to track, and there weren't. That's when this journey of the channel began. I want to take a peek and look back at 2023, 2024, and then last year, 2025. In 2023, as you can see, it was also an El Nino year. Let's look to see how many storms formed. 20 named storms is the most ever storms to form in any El Nino year. Let's look at 2024. It was also an El Nino year. We get 18 storms. More importantly, 4 made landfall, which I tracked all 4 on the channel. Beryl, Helene, and Milton, 3 of the 4 storms I tracked, were historic, killing hundreds of people, and all 3 names are retired. Last year, the 2025 hurricane season was in a Nina year. So, you would think we get more storms? Nope, only 13 storms last year. And most importantly, no landfalls. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care if 35 storms form. If not one makes landfall, nobody cares. Yeah, it'll shatter the record for most storms ever. No one's going to remember the season if no hurricane makes a landfall. Here's the takeaway. While the odds of hurricane formation decrease significantly during an El Nino phase, dangerous storms can still form and intensify rapidly. For instance, despite being an El Nino year, 1992 produced Hurricane Andrew. And the 2023 season had 20 named storms due to record warm Atlantic sea temps acting as fuel that offset the wind shear which is produced from El Nino. Take these predictions and toss them in the toilet. Does any of this information help people? No. Does telling people exactly where a storm is going, how bad it will be, and what to do if a hit is likely? Yes. And that is exactly what my mission is. I do not make predictions. I only report facts. I have already started using patterns the last 2 years to be consistent. Most of you were not with me last year, so I will just summarize what I will provide for all of you. When a storm forms, it goes into 3 different boats. 1, must track immediately. That means the storm forms in a location that has to be concerned and has a great chance to make a landfall somewhere in this country. Those storms are the ones I start tracking at formation. Secondly, I can sometimes eliminate storms at formation or a couple days after they form. Meaning, tell you, do not worry. This storm is not going to hit us in Southeast Florida. It's not going to hit anyone in this country. I don't care if it's 3,000 miles away. I know when they have no chance to hit because of where they form. So that comes into play a lot. For every 100 hurricanes that form, only 32 make landfall. So 68 go out to sea. And we had a lot of those last year. And what I did was produce one video, told you it was not going to hit anyone, told you why, and also told you I will never speak about this storm again because nobody remembers storms that do not make landfall. And thirdly, we're going to have a couple storms that are going to like to annoy me and make me take a peek for multiple days to be able to figure out if it's going to be a storm that I need to worry about or if it's going to be one of those going out to sea storms. They're called fish storms. A, B, or C, whatever the case will be, I will latch on to any storm once I know for sure it's going to make a run at any coastline in this country. You will get plenty of notice. The closer it gets, the more information you will get. All of my videos are organized by creating 12 different playlists. This playlist that you're looking at right now has 3 preparation videos that every subscriber needs to watch. I cannot ensure your safety until you watch this entire playlist. A couple videos, basically about an hour of your time. It's never too early to get prepared. But if you wait until a storm is approaching, it can create problems. Here are 3. 1, it's more difficult to figure out where your safe place is with the stress of the storm marching towards you. It's much easier, guys, to figure this out before storms start to march our way. You should have another month to 6 weeks before we get our first hurricane. Give yourself peace of mind and just get these videos watched. Every tip I know, everything you need to do in detail. You don't need to do any research on your own. You'll know exactly everything that needs to be done. And it's not a lot. I'm going to hit you with the highlights. You're going to understand how safe your dwelling is by watching these videos. You're going to understand the importance of window protection. And then you must figure out where you're going to go if, God forbid, I got to tell you, you need to go. I plan on tracking storms till the day I die. Hopefully never have to tell you, well, you need to leave. This storm could kill you. I have to tell you if this becomes a reality. When you're ready and you know where you're going to go, then you sit back and just follow my track. I can literally take the fear away. Also, you could run into a problem of, well, I have a friend or a family member that lives a couple hours from my residence in Southeast Florida. Maybe I could stay with them. That depends on the storm. Imagine that friend or family member, whichever, is in a safe location that I will provide for you. To be multiple ones. You didn't already plan it. And let's say that friend is out of town and you can't get in to flee from the storm. How silly would that be? You could have arranged it. Hey, leave the key under the mat. August, September, October, through Halloween. Leave me the key in case I have to come and get out of a big bad storm's way. All right? It's another problem that could pop up by not getting this done before storms come. And lastly, this is really aggravating. You're going to learn this when you get into shelters, which I did all the work for you and gave you all the information you need about shelters. Ladies and gentlemen, Palm Beach County does not want you in their shelters. And here's why I know that. They don't accept dogs. One pet-friendly shelter out of 17 in Palm Beach County will accept your dog. Well, gee, how many dogs can they hold then? Not nearly enough. And that's going to force people, not on my channel, but that's going to force other people to go back home and ride the storm out because the shelter is not going to take their pets. So this is another problem. This needs to be planned out. So there are multiple reasons why I recommend you get these videos watched so you can get your plan in place, know where you're going to take the dog, know where you're going to go. Then you're just going to sit back and relax and let me do the heavy lifting. I will know when my channel's ready by looking at how many views these preparation videos have. And right now, they're not lining up with my sub count. And I understand. It's been 8 years since we've been hit. A lot of my subscribers have never even been through a hurricane. So I get it. There's multiple reasons why these videos will probably be watched when the storm is coming. But I'm just trying to get some of you to get it done early and give you some good concrete reasons as to why it's never too early to get these videos watched. I want to wrap up this video by giving you information that has me worried. I need to summarize the post I sent out a few months ago. We are living in a new world. When a storm goes through rapid intensification, that means it's going to explode. Explode in strength in only a day or two. Since the creation of this channel, a little under 3 years ago, not 1, not 2, not 3, 7 hurricanes erupt going through rapid intensification. I'm going to end this video and show you in sequence the 7 storms that exploded, what their peak wind speeds were, and how long it took to get to that wind speed peak. You will see exactly how fast these storms reach their peak wind speed. This makes hurricanes a nightmare for the National Hurricane Center and everyone that follows their lead. I am really worried in the near future there's a hurricane that's about to make landfall, and they got it labeled at coming in at, say, 110 mile an hour wind speed. And the hurricane explodes right before landfall and becomes 150 and makes landfall. That's 2 different worlds, 2 different storms. It's not going to happen on this channel, but this is your only safe haven, so you will see evidence in the future if they do botch one up. My secret is I don't make predictions. Again, I just tell you what the hell's going to happen. It's that simple. What is going to happen? And I show you the why. The what and the why. I'll just rip off information and then not explain to you why it's going to happen. I like to show proof. Lastly, before Hurricane Melissa leveled Jamaica last October 28th, scientists did not think a hurricane could get higher than 185 mile per hour winds in the Atlantic Basin. And before Melissa, that was on point. Melissa tied the 1935 Labor Day hurricane and Hurricane Dorian in 2019 as the only hurricanes to ever make landfall at 185 miles per hour. After Melissa leveled Jamaica and they saw the damage, they reclassified Melissa. Melissa now will go down in the record books as the only hurricane in the Atlantic Basin to make a landfall at 190 mile per hour winds. It's documented now. We have a new queen, Hurricane Melissa, the last hurricane that roamed the Atlantic Basin. Just broke a record. We've been keeping track of hurricanes since 1851, documenting nearly 1,000. This is our new world, ladies and gentlemen. Hurricanes are now on steroids. Get used to it. I will be back with reports regarding any hurricanes that form. I'll see you soon.